is behind. Come with us and find the pleasures of the journey to the center of the mind. Come along if you care. Come along if you dare. Take a ride to the land inside of your mind. Beyond the seas of thought, beyond the realm of want. Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you care. Come along if you dare. Take a ride to the land inside of your mind. But please realize you'll probably be surprised. For it's a land unknown to man where fantasy is back. So if you can, please understand, you might not come back. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare. Take a ride to the land inside and you'll see how happy life would be if all of mankind would take the time to journey to the center of the mind. Would take the time to journey to the center of the mind. Center of the mind.
Hurry. A sausage McMuffin with egg,
What?
McChicken biscuit, and hash browns.
No,
for
we
buy
don't want
one, get
that.
one for
We don't
$1.
want McDonald's. Hell no. They just had to sneak that in there. Yeah, that was Amboy Dukes, 1968, Journey to the Center of My Mind. I'm trying to figure out this payroll stuff. You know, what went wrong. Passwords, all kinds of stuff. They got a breakdown here. Sick pay. Ooh, I get sick pay? Really? Yeah, at this point I'm owed $443.99. The end of this week or middle of this week it'll be even more. Let's see. I worked almost 36 hours. To figure out where they sent my money. Period start was 6/2, period end 6/15, pay date 6/22. Which my first day to start was 6/6, the 6th of last month. And they have also a breakdown of the days. Somewhere. So many screens, so many different things. I don't know if I'm any closer to it. But I've been sitting here for about 30 minutes trying to figure it out. I gotta get it figured out, you know, because there'll be another paycheck going somewhere. maybe the Rhodesia or something. Hey, Fanta. Saw Fanta over on Vix earlier. Stream in the chat. There you go, dear. I sent you the link if you want to come in. If you don't, that's fine. Yeah, I had to figure out this payroll thing for sure. In other news, as reported by Gallifrey-based Apple TV, this is old news, about 2 weeks old, but they're currently listing episodes of Doctor Who on BritBox with proper synopsis. And there was reported about 2 weeks ago, missing Doctor Who episodes might have been found in private collections. Of course, there's been rumors of that. And the last time they did a major drop of episodes, it took 2 years for the collection to come out. So even if they found the stuff, what condition is it in? Restoring, it could be a couple of years before we see it. But it'll probably be, we're working on it, but I don't know. It's really squirrely when it comes to Doctor Who. A lot of missing episodes. Fanta, are you going to come on? Just wondering. But and if you're not a Doctor Who fan, I apologize. There are 97 episodes missing between the first Doctor and the second Doctor. In between them, both of them have some, and that's not counting the third Doctor, which there's some color. All they have is black and white, so they've had to colorize a lot of the stuff, but they do have it on film in black and white. And there were some things with the fourth Doctor as well. But all that's been, and some of it's been animated. But now what excites me, or what they might have found, if I can find it here, I have multiple things open, which I probably shouldn't. I'll just close some of this out. But the Mythmakers is one of the best, and they said they found, or BritBox put on 2 and 4. I think that was only a 4-parter. It deals with the Trojan War. If you don't know Doctor Who, it's like a serial, where you have multiple episodes. It's not just like one done. I guess Fanta left. She's not going to answer me. There was a reason I was going to ask you. I mean, that I ask you that. Why is it I ask a question to the chat and they don't answer? What is that? What's up with that? How rude. No, I'm not hating on you, Fanta. Not much. But the Mythmakers is where Vicky, Vicky gets left. She wants to stay in ancient Greece, or ancient Troy, rather. And she does. And Vicky took over for Doctor Who, the first Doctor's granddaughter. She was exclusively a first Doctor Who companion. But yeah, they found the Mythmakers, just a couple of episodes. I think there was 4 of those. I'm not sure. It might have been 6. They were at different lengths. They could have been up to 12. I don't think the Mythmakers was that long, but that was a really good one. Now, the Smugglers, another really good one. And I wouldn't say that if it wasn't. That deals with our pirates and smuggling. It is really well done. I have that on audio. In fact, I might grab that and listen to that again when I go out tomorrow night in the truck, because I do have a DVD rather CD player in the truck. Yeah, nobody's going to answer me. Okay, all right. Well, I just didn't want to keep popping back here if you were going to come on. I didn't want you to sit in the green room for a long time. That was why I asked. Highlanders, number 2. Highlanders, when Jamie McCrimmon comes on board and is the companion to the second Doctor, and was a companion, did it for like 5 years with Patrick Troughton. Still alive. He's still alive. So is the actress, the actress that played Vicky in the Myth Makers. In fact, they did a trailer not too long ago, and I don't know why people are so excited about this one. Space Pirates. It's not bad, but it's episodes 4, 5, and 6 they list, which I think they have 1 episode right now. The Highlanders, no episodes. The Smugglers, no episodes. The Myth Makers, I believe, no episodes. So, and there's, like I say, altogether between the first and second Doctor, there's like 96 missing episodes. And they erased the episodes at the BBC, and some were widely distributed. Like the widest distributed Doctor Who in those early days of the missing ones was the 4th story, I believe. Yeah, the 4th story, Marco Polo. Now, how they have all the audio to every episode, and some of it was fan recorded, and they just took the best audio. There was a guy down in Australia. There was a couple Brits. I don't know. They just took the best audio and married it together as best of the way. And sometimes it was the BBC official recording. But now, as far as the visuals, we don't have the visuals. But now, since I've been collecting, which is like December will be 8 years. So not quite 8 years collecting the Doctor Who stuff. They've actually found some episodes and released some stuff. Enemy of the World was the big one where they found all the episodes, and all of them were missing previously. And the same guy that's saying that he's found these, which he's probably been working on this for years. They went to Ethiopia. They've scoured the Singapore, Australia, wherever this stuff was distributed. In some cases, we have records that it was returned to the BBC, and some they say we don't have any. But now some of this stuff may be in private collectors' hands, and for whatever reason, they want to keep it to themselves. But now it sounds like that they've tracked down quite a bit here. If they could, that would be awesome, especially to the Smugglers. That's awesome. And that was slated to get an animation done of it, which I was happy about that. Somebody's working on an animation. So we could wind up with a couple of episodes of the Smugglers and maybe fully animated as well. All the episodes. That was another short one, about 4 episodes, I think. Space Pirates, like I say, only have 1 episode, but now they're claiming that the BritBox is saying that they've got 3 episodes. And it's not bad. It's really not bad. But now the Smugglers was really good. I do prefer like the historical ones, and Hartnell is the first Doctor is my favorite Doctor. I know, but I kind of started out with him. I was like, I like old TV, and watched the first 3 serials. An Unearthly Child was the first one. The Daleks that rocketed into fame, the second one, and I forget the third. It was just like a 2-parter fill-in where they didn't have any money, low budget, and they were just kind of in a white space limbo. I should know. I watched it not too long ago. That's where Susan gets the scissors and acts psychotic. That's where they all act kind of psychotic. It's pretty wild. They kind of had one set that stayed built, right? And that was the TARDIS, the main room. So they kind of stayed within the TARDIS for like a couple episodes. And when they stepped out, it was like no scenery. Some reused robots that were repainted and kind of redone from some earlier broadcast. It's pretty wild. And then they did Marco Polo, which was very lavish. So I guess that first season they put in a lot of money into Marco Polo. They have some beautiful color still pictures of that in black and white and all the audio, but sadly none of it's been found. And it was widely distributed, but nothing's been found. And you got to wonder if there are things out in private hands, and people are saying, I've got this and you don't, I don't know, and have private viewings of it. I don't know. Some collectors are like that. Some, if it's some people like London After Midnight's just waiting, which came due this year because it was, I guess, released in 22, 23. They were saying that Lon Chaney Sr.'s that played Phantom of the Opera, the silent version, the original, and played The Hunchback of Notre Dame, to just name two of his biggies. He did a vampire story called London After Midnight with top hat, and then actually had animal teeth, like wired animal teeth that he put in his mouth. And that's a lost classic. There's been kind of reconstructions due to like the script that they have and stuff like that with still pictures, but it's not very good. Actually, I have that, but and I don't know about the story, but it would be cool if that lost classic, and they were rumoring that somebody might have that and in their private hands, just waiting for it to be able to go public domain this year. But nothing's been released or announced yet. And it could be a hoax. There's been, the BBC pulled a hoax on new Doctor Who being found on April Fool's Day one day. And most people didn't appreciate that. I know I wouldn't have if I'd known about it. Because I'm very passionate about Doctor Who. Don't ask me why. It's just, hey, Hex. Doctor Who intrigues me because there are 97 episodes missing. Texas Dave, that's on with us most Tuesdays. He was on holiday last Tuesday. He actually saw some of those episodes on TV. And who knew that as it's going out on TV, almost like live TV, that would be the last time you got to see it. If you didn't catch it, if you didn't go home from school in time, or you had to work, or if you weren't there in front of your TV set to see it in, let's say, 1964, 65, or whatever. It started in November 63. So this year coming up in November will be the 60th anniversary. So if they found Doctor Who, if they found Doctor Who episodes, missing Doctor Who episodes in it, BritBox is putting it down. And if they make it available on there, it's like, why would you make them available on there without releasing them on some kind of disc or something, making money? I know that hard, or download, or, because I definitely would like to see them, especially the Smugglers and Mythmakers, because they are, and Highlanders too. Highlanders, I was a little on. I mean, it is Jamie McCrimmon's, Fraser Hines, who played him, second Doctor companion. Space Pirates is second Doctor. Smugglers and Mythmakers are first Doctor. So it would be cool if they found like 4 episodes, 2 of the Mythmakers, 2 of the Smugglers of the first Doctor, and 4 episodes of the second Doctor, 1 Highlander episode and 3 Space Pirates episode. That would be cool to find 4 and 4 of each Doctor. That would be pretty cool. And I know with Space Pirates, there's 1 episode that exists. So that would, out of 6, we would have 4 episodes. Highlanders, none of it exists. So if we could get episode 2, that would be cool. I'll have to go back and listen to that audio, because I do have the official audio on most of the first, second Doctor episodes. There's still some I need, and there are some that are expensive. And I have shout out a bunch for like the Daleks Master Plan, which is like 12 episodes. Smugglers, like I say, they're going to be animated. If we could get 2 of that, that'd be awesome. And Mythmakers, nothing exists either. And if we could get 2 episodes of that, that's just a wonderful story as well. So I'm excited, and I'm excited that I was excited when they said the Smugglers was going to get animated, because it's a good historical, and I do like the historicals, believe it or not. And viewership usually was down back in the day on the historicals. The Aztecs with the first Doctor is one of my favorites. When they go back to Aztecian times. Some of the sci-fi stuff is, I don't mind that it's, one of my favorites is the first appearance of the Cybermen. And sadly, that was William Hartnell, Bill Hartnell, last serial that he did as Doctor Who. In fact, he set out a couple of episodes. He was supposedly sort of sick in bed, his body running down. And of course, that's the seminal one where they regenerated. We had that bit and other bits because of censorship board. Censorship board would cut these pieces out, and often those are just the small little clips that we have and that still exist, which are like the horrific bits or the violent bits that they didn't want to be air on TV, like down Australia. And those are the bits that those are the high beats that people want to see most. And fortunately, that may be the only thing that survived, in some of these cases. Going to try and get to the printer today and take some stuff for her to scan. So that I can send to Glenn. I have these Jack Adlers readily here, and they're small. So I'll have her start scanning the Adler collection. Really can't talk a lot about this right now, but yeah, I'm excited and I know this is back-assward, as we say, because the John Buscema book is, but they're big pages, and I do have some scanned and on zip drives already. Some that I've sold. I sold a Thor page. I sold a Conan page or 2. I sold I guess that's about it. I have other things like a Avenger page, and Elsie has an Avenger page, but I have some of them over here. And some of them are matted. We'll have to get them unmatted to scan. I have one matted and framed over there of a horse. And I have matted some of the last work he did on Blood of My Ancestors DC book, which is right here somewhere. I need to put that Hell Salad with my other CG books. I have been organizing my comics a little bit. I started, let's put it that way. I did get some supplies, boards and bags, 100 boards and bags in 3 boxes a while back. And started with the CG books, putting them back in order because I'd gotten some of them out of order. But yeah, Blood of My Ancestors was the last thing that Gil Kane and John Buscema worked on. I have one matted piece. Well, we have some other matted pieces too. It'll be an interesting book. All the things that we're going to do is going to be really interesting. May make it like a series of like stuff out of my collection. And it won't be just my collection. It'll be maybe 2 or 3 other collections, my friend Elsie, and maybe some of Robert's. We'll see. But I can get him some initial scans at least of the Adlers, and maybe he can do a mock-up from that. I will work on getting him the John Buscema stuff. He's salivating, I think. He's probably listening now. I need to shut up about it. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'll be more excited if I can figure out this freaking payroll stuff so that I might get paid Thursday this week. Maybe my back pay, or that they can come through. But you know, it's just it's kind of mind blowing when you think about it. That when you could watch some TV, and that's the last time you're able to see it is live, you know, or on the, when it's broadcast, just like live TV. That's pretty wild, you know. No second chance offers, no VHSs at that time, no DVDs, no Blu-rays, you know, no collected sets. Just you watch it on TV, and you either have a recording device there where you can record it. Don't think anybody did that back in the day, but they recorded the audio. I used to do that in the mid 70s with Mork and Mindy and other shows. You know, I'd put the mic right up there to the TV and, you know, press the button, put it on cassette. I think maybe even I have a cassette or two of like still that survived. I don't know. But I used to do that. Not a lot, but now Mork and Mindy I did. I remember that at least once. And so, you know, grateful that some of these enthusiasts did that and were a little older and was able to get a little bit better equipment. And sometimes, like I say, the recordings were better than what the BBC had, and which they had most of that on file. But and they've had a call out, you know, since the late 70s for a lot of this stuff. But you know, since the late 70s, a lot has been, you know, I know people recommend Josh Nares, just Josh Nares on YouTube. He does cover a lot of the missing episodes, and he drops stuff nearly weekly. He's been a little spotty on some things, but he had early reconstruction videos, all kinds of stuff. A lot of the Canon, it was called Canon something. I can't remember. It's been a while since I saw those reconstructions, but since I've been interested in Doctor Who, and that's what's a lot of that I started out watching, and in anything on Star Trek, some of the fan-made movies like Star Trek Continues and other stuff like that, I watched avidly when I first got on YouTube. Don't do that much often. If I see something that really catches my eye, I will, or at least click on it, and then that'll put it in my history, and then maybe I can go back and watch it when I have more time. Yeah, right. There's enough out there. I could just zone out my whole life looking at TV, and nothing new produced. There's been so much stuff, and you'd still be interested. I've been vegging out to Speed Racer. I thought I looked through that collection before. Maybe I'm not. No, maybe I got it and only got so far and gave up on it. I thought I at least went through, but I'm thoroughly enjoying. You know, I just watched one where he was in the jungle with these giant like King Kong mutant apes or you know, Nephilim apes. I'm copywriting that, Hex. You can't have that. But he acts like Tarzan, you know, in that episode, swinging from vine to vine to escape things. And, you know, Speed Racer's a pretty tough little character, man. He can kick some ass. He really can. And that car of his, the Mark V, it's a pretty good series for back in the day. I probably would have liked it had I seen it. I think it was on cable, and I didn't get to see it when I was a kid. But man, it is hot. It's freaking hot. I just got out of the shower, and I mean, it's oppressively hot. I do have a fan here, and I may start using it. I just need to get the downstairs unit up and running. That would help. I need to figure out a few things. I'd like to share these acetates that, in the acetate collection, because I've got some good stuff that I cannot bring up on screen. I've got a Brazilian Daredevil #1 cover. I kind of skipped ahead here. Let me see if I can skip. I did sell a couple Phantoms. I had 4 Phantoms. I really didn't want to sell them, but I needed the money. This is where I left off. I wish you could see this. This is just a panel out of an early Mike Sierkowski artwork, Justice League of America. And it's a panel of Flash, and it's dealing with, the Royal Flush Gang, I think it was. Maybe their first appearance. And it's a cubistic piece. They're kind of getting artsy. Suddenly the Flash sees the world about him as a cubist painting. Angles, shapes, forms become a nightmare before him. Where's that crook? I can't pick him out in this mad, mad world. And I have that somewhere on an acetate, a full page thing. And all it is one panel. I don't know why they just did one panel of that, but I said, I've got to have that, cubistic looking panel. So that was an odd one in the collection. And then I think John Bolton did Captain Marvel, the one that Eclipse Comics came out with for 15 issues. The British Captain Marvel, or Marvel Man. And I've got a great page of that. I think that one's I've sold. But now I scanned them, high-res scanned on all these, and might put these in a book from the scans. I need to figure out just how to send scans to him and just send him stuff. So I have 4 wonderful scans of the Phantom. Beautiful pages, beautiful artwork. I don't have them identified. I have Wonder Woman number 270. I believe that's a Ross Andru cover where she's kind of going up against a water monster, and she's in her like Amazonian, Greek Paradise Island, flimsy dress and stuff and sandals, and not her normal outfit. And that had a couple pieces to it. That actually had a gray tone, black and white overlay. There was 2 pieces to that. And I have sold that. And I had Sergeant Rock number 350. I had a small version of that and a large version of that. Joe Kubert cover. He's hiding behind a snowman. The Americans would think that a snowman will stop us, smash it down. So they're going to run over Sergeant Rock. Of course, he has a machine gun. Maybe he'll have a fighting chance. And if I can get this to work right, I had Captain America 155. That was a Sal Buscema. The Secret Origin of Captain America. A large acetate of that. Those were from World Colors up top. I did used to work for World Color. And as I said, I used to, I had a Portuguese, Captain America 144. That's a John Romita cover with an early appearance of the Falcon. 20-cent comic. Cap and Falcon split up in that. But I have a Daredevil #1 that's slightly different without the logo. The captions are kind of different. Actually, you got to see a little bit more of the artist's work. And I have an early Journey into Mystery number 94, Jack Kirby. And Iron Man number 7. And that's got Gladiator on the cover, and that's by George Tuska. He's slicing through the Iron Man logo, which had rivets on it, like it was, iron steel girders and whatnot. Hey, Mighty Geek, do the Phantom number 3 from Charles, do you have the Phantom number 3 from Charlton Comics? No. Well, I'd have to look that up. I doubt it. I've got a few Phantom type things because I thought it might lead me to those pages. And I've got some King Feature type stuff too. But I would just have to look up the cover, Mighty Geek, to number 3 to see if I have it. Is there something special about that issue? I forget, Mighty Geek. Are you on Twitter? I was wondering if you were still up. Yeah, I don't see. All right. Well, I'll just drop it in the chat if you want to come in. Hey, all I can do is offer, right? And I had Iron Man, another George Tuska, number 21. I saw that too. There are some that I have that. Oh yeah. See, I could see these scans because in I may not no longer have them, but yeah, these are production pieces as well. And here's a John Buscema that could go in the book, Silver Surfer page. Hell yeah. I'd have to find out what issue, identify it for him. That's easy enough done. Here's another John Buscema. I had a couple of John Buscema Silver Surfers, so that's cool. I could send those to Glenn. Oh, and Silver Surfer number 8 cover done by John Buscema. Hell yeah. With now only 15 cents because it was a 25 center. Introducing the Ghost. It is the first appearance of Ghost, and he's pretty cool because he doesn't have hands. He has other apparatus. I've been trying to find that one for a few years now. Oh, really? Let me look that up on eBay. Have you checked eBay? Surely they have a copy of it on eBay. Maybe that takes the fun out of it, but I have gotten some very hard to find stuff on there. Phantom number 3. See if anyone has one on eBay. I think they do. Surely. And don't call me Shirley. I don't need that popping up. Okay, so we have a Phantom Volume 338. No, I don't want that. Number 33, nope. Number 38, nope. Maybe number 3 pristine. Okay. Phantom Comics. Yeah, but which 3? There might not be a number 3 on here. Sometimes some issues are low print, hard to find. Charlton Archive number 3 includes early bid on Phantom plus E-Man for Charlton, August 2009. Early bid? Wonder what that's all about. Maybe there's not a Phantom 3 out. Here's a number 2, a number 12, and a number 68. Check out bundles. The complete series, The Charlton Years, Volume 3. $50. Woo. You could definitely get it in reprint form, I would think. The Phantom, the complete series, The Charlton Years, volume by Joe Gill. Excellent condition. Jim Aparo's complete Charlton Comics. Yeah, Dick Gargiano, that was the editor-in-chief over at Charlton and headed up their hero line in the 60s with The Question, Blue Beetle, and others, Captain Atom. he brought, when he went over to DC, he brought Jim Aparo, a great Batman artist, over to DC, who was there with him at Charlton. Yeah, I haven't seen a Phantom 3. I'll check. Like I say, I don't have very many I would just like to see the cover. Really surprised that someone doesn't have these like committed to disc, like some of the Golden Age collection. At least the covers. I'd like to know what the cover looks like. But yeah, that's pretty wild that you're trying to. There's a Peacemaker number 3. Remember Peacemaker? I have, but no luck so far. I know some books I've had to wait on for a very long time. It's one of the few newspaper strip reprints. Okay. Now you're not talking the old Frew stuff, right? From Australia? Because I have the very first ones. I know I have issue 1 and 2, and those were horizontal from back in the 40s. You're talking the Charlton. I have some reprints of the early Frew, and I probably have Phantom 3 in that, which was the first upright issue, and not just like the little, almost like checkbook type, promo. And Frew's been doing Phantom for 14-something hundred issues or more. Because I have some Phantom. Most of my Phantoms are Australian. I've got a pretty good stack of them. And I really haven't had them that long, just a few years. And I bought the guy out. He must have been dancing a jig. Did you want to come on, Mighty Geek? Just asking. Yeah, I need to figure out how to. I forgot there was some John Buscema in here. Captain America, I believe issue 109, where he's bursting through the newspaper, which is a cool one. By Jack Kirby. I think maybe the Phantom's third appearance. I'm not sure, or not Phantom, but the Falcon and Captain America. This is a Gene Colan cover, number 119, 15 center, Red Skull Falls. And then the first appearance of the Gibbon in Amazing Spider-Man 110. I had that cover. Amazing Spider-Man 127, which had the Vulture and Harry Osborn Jr. and all types of little stories, on the cover. I have a Brazilian, this is going to blow your mind, Steve Ditko cover from 1969, April 1969, of Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Omim Aranha? So Spider-Man. And that, of course, has the Fantastic Four on the cover. Love Steve Ditko's Fantastic Four, especially the early Fantastic Four. But yeah, I have a Spider-Man number 1. A couple of scans of that because it was a little bit too large. And Tales of Suspense, where I believe maybe the first appearance of the Titanium Man. And I had a Captain America, because you had Iron Man and Captain America in that. Midnight in Greymore Castle. All these were made into the 1966 Marvel cartoons. Really, Mighty Geek, you're not going to answer me whether you can come on or not? I don't know. This is my night for striking out to asking people in the chat questions and they don't answer me. Phantom was snubbed me, and now Mighty Geek is snubbing me. That's fine. That's fine. I'll take that as a no. I can't do it right now. Oh, and this is one that I think I might have mentioned to Glenn, which was Tarzan collector's pinup page. It says, ever wonder how the same super talented artist might draw the same page on 2 different days? Well, we did, and we got a chance to learn the answer when, for reasons too complicated to go into, Big John Buscema, whatever you want to call him, ends up penciling 2 versions of the very same scene used as the cover for issue number 8. Now, I think this was reproduced, this version here, in maybe issue 14 later. We've already seen the first version, inked by Alfredo Alcala. I never could say his name. Now, for your enlightenment and edification, here's the second, as inked by Marvel newcomer, Mr. AKA Paragon Press, Mr. AKA AC Comics, Bill Black. And I have a big Bill Black AC collection, some unpublished covers and stuff. So there's that John Buscema piece, inked by Bill Black, and I don't know that he did that much stuff. Another Captain America and Falcon number 140 with one of my favorite characters, the Gray Gargoyle, going up against them. Where's the link? Well, I said I would drop it in the chat but you never answered me if you wanted to come on or not, so I didn't drop the link. Dropping the link in the chat can be a dirty thing. You're going to have to answer me if you're on Twitter or some other social thing. Because I really don't like to drop the chat too much. I mean, the link in the chat too much. Another Tales to Astonish. Jack Kirby and John Romita Sr. ink job on that. And that Hulk figure has been used again and again and again and again and again. Oh, and a John Bolton King Cole page. Yeah, I had that. Some of these I still have, especially when it comes to the Marvel. I generally got DC stuff, but I did get some Marvel stuff. There's enough here for a book, folks. You just don't find line artwork. I did drop the link, Mighty Geek. Right there it is. But Fantastic Four number 39 with Dr. Doom, a blind man shall lead them, with the Fantastic Four and Dr. Doom looming over the city with Daredevil. I think I still have that cover, production artwork. Fantastic Four number 44. Think I still have that. That's the first appearance. Is that the first appearance? 44? It might be Gorgon's first appearance. It's got Dragon Man and Medusa on there as well. She was part of the Frightful Four early on. Oh, I sold this one. Fantastic Four number 53, the second appearance of and the second cover appearance of Black Panther. Really? Where's the link? And then you don't come in. Wow. Okay, moving on. You got to cajole some folks. Fantastic Four number 48 or 46 rather, with the Black Bolt all stretched out there and heads of the Inhumans and the Fantastic Four, those who would destroy us. Title on there, Jack Kirby. Joe Sinnott inks at this time. Amazing Spider-Man 105. That's a Gil Kane cover with the Spider Slayer. And then Hellcat in Marvel Team Up number 8, I believe it is, going up against the Man Hater, I think. First appearance of the Man Hater. early Hellcat, or maybe it's the cat. I can't remember. It might be the cat, that pre-Hellcat. And I still have one page. I still have one page. I think it's this one here. To that. Sadly, it's up on eBay. Sadly, I've had no, I am not. What do you mean, no, I'm not? What does that mean? I mean, I moved on. I don't know what that means, what you're responding to. Here he is. It says device not connecting. Oh, no. Maybe.
All right.
There he is. No, you are not. What? Oh, you're going to
No,
keep
I'm
me
not
hanging.
talking about the one day for Australia. No, I said I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not talking about the
yeah,
stories native to Australia.
right. Did you know the FREW, FWE, wait a minute, FREW, that published and still publishes the Phantom down there?
I'm
Because I didn't
aware
know about them.
of it.
You're aware of it? Yeah, I wasn't until I bought a lot of collection.
Yeah, there's a publisher in Norway who does Phantom stories also.
Yeah, the Phantom from
Those books, if you can find.
Yeah, or worse.
I'd say those books, if you can find them, those have excellent colors. Those have excellent covers because the color work is just dynamite.
Yeah. Yeah, several pages of that. I have an amazing. I've sold it, but I have a scan of it. Amazing Spider-Man number 30, Steve Ditko cover. I scanned all this stuff. The inside back cover to the Treasury Edition Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man, showing how the cover was made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, early sketches.
Oh man,
huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think Ross Andrew did the final version. And Fantastic Four number 50. I have sold a few of these, but a lot of the Marvel ones I still have. I've got them misplaced though, sadly. And that's a Silver Surfer cover. Jack Kirby. Fantastic Four number 40 with Dr. Doom and so I might have had what did I say a while ago? 38, 39, right? Maybe the second part, the battle for the Baxter building. I have that. And this one makes me mad. Because I got ripped off. Well, no, I actually sold this one. It was a splash page to Amazing Spider-Man 129, the first appearance of Punisher. But I had the cover too.
What happened?
Oh, well, they didn't pay for it. I had to file on them. Then they paid for it. 2 weeks later, she filed on me. Said it was a fake. She destroyed it. She wanted her money back. So she gets her money back.
Oh man!
On her wall. I could have sued her over it, but it would have involved another person.
Yeah, you could have.
I have a scan
surprised you didn't.
Adventure Comics number 1. No, Adventure Comics number 44, Sandman cover by Craig Flessel. I think this is probably a plate by one of those hardback books of the early 70s. November 1939.
They did make a hardcover edition of that. That's why.
And I still have that one.
And everybody bought those instead.
Yeah. And I still
most people who were collecting, they bought the hardcover edition.
Shazam #2, and that has
Because
Jack Adler's kids, so we would definitely be using that in the Jack Adler. And I still have those plates.
yeah.
And actually bought a second set, and it has different stages to it. Some of them are wraparound, like GI Combat. You know, I've got a bunch of GI Combats that was part of the DC dollar bin type thing. You know, when they were doing the dollar, here's GI Combat 199. And I had like a pinup of Superboy, Clark Kent, Jor-El and his family, Congo Bill, Ma and Paul Kent, Kryptonite Kid, Pete Ross, and Crypto, and Mixoplick, and Lana Lang. But you know, like it's a Kurt Swan pinup page from something. And that I have a couple of best wishes, Superboy and Friends. It says below. It's got a couple of stages to it. I have a Joe Kubert Sergeant Rock 337, and that was actually an Adler. There was an Adler of that.
I like Joe Kubert's run on Sergeant Rock and Hawkman.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got several things of Kubert, if not in the Adler collection, because he was actually asked by Joe Kubert just to help start the school with him. This one I scanned backwards.
Right.
My designer can flop it. Oh, I scanned that one backwards too. Firestorm #2 with Superman on the cover. And those are Al Milgrom. And #3, I think I traded that to Shadowhawk. That's the first appearance of Killer Frost. And that's an Al Unknown Soldier #228. That's an Adolf Hitler cover by Joe Kubert. World's Finest, and Superman's up there. World's Finest number 247. That he's given the Sig Heil, and instead of the swastika, it's his other symbol. It's a Garcia Lopez cover. Batman saying, "Stand back. No one can stop the new Superman from taking over the world." Nazi salute and everything. It's pretty wild. Claw the Unconquered, which was a short-lived title, probably canceled in 1978, as a lot of titles were, #9. That's an Ernie Chan cover. And that's very Conan-like, barbarian-like. And I've got a Batman cover from 1952, Brazilian. This, hell yeah, we're gonna get all this in print here pretty soon.
Where did you find that one? That's what I want to know.
eBay.
And how much did it cost you?
Dude, my friend has a Jack Kirby oil painting that he got off eBay. I have a book that thick of Jack Kirby that there was only 60 of them made. And it was never available for sale. You had to contribute to the book to get a copy. And the same person that I bought the John Buscema pieces from was a contributor to one of those books. And I got that and one on Lou Fine, the Golden Age cover artist. And it's much smaller than the Jack Kirby book. I've never even unwrapped it and looked at it. It's been in the safe, and it is in a drawer that is stuck. So I'm gonna have to get a locksmith to look at it. And I know that there's a complete.
You don't have to worry about anybody destroying it.
No. There's a complete Charlton in that drawer. I know there's a complete Charlton story, the Flintstones. There's two books.
Oh, those were good.
Put out by Charlie Daniels, that is signed by Charlie Daniels in there. So there's some good stuff in there. I just have to get that I'm going to get this year, and I've been saying this for years, but I am going to do it this year. I'm going to get a new lock, which is a key lock, because this is an expensive safe, my friend. I don't know what it cost back in the day, but this was a bank safe that kept bankruptcy papers. It's got 8 drawers in it.
Oh, no wonder.
All the asbestos, and it takes 3 Arnold Schwarzeneggers to shuffle it across the concrete. It's heavy. You will not be walking in the house. And that thing, who knows? What, 20,
you will not be walking out the house with that.
What it cost? What would you pay for that today? Probably about $40,000-$50,000, if not more.
At least.
I bought it for $100. How cool is that?
Oh man,
I know, right?
You stole it. That's what happened.
Can't even get a gun safe. Yeah, and my money was just a donation.
No, you can't.
I have Ernie Chan. I don't know if this one's identified. This might have come out of like Batman Family with Robin speeding on a motorbike and Batgirl is in the jaws.
Depends.
Highly stylized like T-Rex. Jim Aparo Detective Comics, $1 one. And this is kind of a key because it's the first solo appearance of story of Red Tornado. It also has the Human Target, Batman, Batgirl, and Robin on the cover. Oh, and I have this Batman here, which is cool on Chiaroscuro from September 1955, Batman number 31. Now that's the one published in Brazil. So these are probably artists you've never seen, but this is a color cover. I think that's the one I have misplaced. I forget the issue number, but Batman, that where, remember Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face? And he had one part of the room all dirty and the other was highly ordered. They took that from this cover and made this story. It was issue 48 in Portuguese, because some of these are in Portuguese, some are in English. For 1976, Jim Aparo, Batman and Aquaman, braving the boat, and they're being attacked. Batman's being attacked by Nazis, Nazi frogmen, and Aquaman is swimming to his aid, but there's a Nazi frogman that has him in his sights and going to harpoon him, and they're trying to drown Batman. Teen Titans, Rich Buckler and Jack Abel cover. The Teen Titans in the first series, number 50. And that's got Hawk and Dove and some other characters on it. It's pretty cool. It's even got Beast Boy, now Changeling. Adventure Comics number 425 with a flying Pegasus-like horse on the cover. Mike Kaluta. World's Finest Comics number 223. I took some of my college money I'm supposed to be spending on college and bought this stuff. DC Comics presents Superman and Deadman. An iconic cover done by Garcia Lopez. And I have Action Comics number 508. That's a Ross Andru cover with Batman coming in the window and Jonathan Kent and Lois Lane there having coffee. And it says Thunderation. Who could have done that to you? Beat up Superman. Oh, and I have a Jim Starlin House of Mystery 228. A boxing scene where this very Muhammad Ali, although
Oh yeah, I know that one.
he's fighting the alien, you know. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like Forrest Rex. And Shadowhawk would have loved this one. Who wouldn't have loved it? A plate from Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein.
Oh yes.
That's when they were on the Arctic ice, and he's meeting the creature on the Arctic ice.
Yeah.
And it says, "It was the wretch whom I had created." That's when he meets him. And Wonder Woman, the old Wonder Woman 210, where she's in the tweezers and this big hand. You can't make me talk, she said.
Yeah.
So it's a torture bondage. Where she's in these big tweezers. And I actually had that on a glass that I got at Hastings. And in 1978, DC Comics came out with a bunch of DC specials. This was a Brave and the Bold special starring Batman, Deadman, Sergeant Rock, and a mystery guest that turned out to be Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool, huh?
That is cool.
Yeah. I hate to spoil it.
Especially when Sherlock Holmes shows up in the DC universe. Now that was funny and it was interesting at the same time.
Yeah. Showcase Comics #4 with the Flash, the redo of the Flash. Barry Allen Flash.
Yeah.
Rushed in Silver Age and introduced in issue, I think it's 28, isn't it? The Justice League, introduced Adam Strange, introduced Dolphin, Hawk and Dove, G.I. Joe. They did a G.I. Joe one. They did a James Bond issue. And it ran for 104 issues. I had the very last Joe Kubert OSS Spies at War cover to show to that historical book, the very last cover. Came out, and I believe in 1978. Something like that.
Yeah.
I have
That's about right.
Andrew Wonder Woman #274. And that turns out to be a key issue because it's that cheetah that they used in the movie. Her first appearance.
Yeah.
It also has Power Girl and Huntress on the cover. I think Major Disaster. I think that might be early Major Disaster. Villain, I don't know. And another Ross Andrew DC Comics presents Superman and Dr. Fate, an iconic cover. I have a Karate
the introduction of Superman to magic.
Karate Kid with Major Disaster on the cover, #13. 35 center.
Oh, the Karate Kid books are good.
That was a Rich Buckler and Bob McLeod cover. That Bob McLeod would later go on to do New Mutants. And I have some Wonder Woman, and I still have them too. They're beautiful. Double page spreads. One of her in front of the White House, fending off Nazis, or coming down out of her invisible plane, and it's the old 40s invisible plane because it's set back in the 40s. Nazis are coming out, are going to storm the White House, and the security guys are jumping the fence, and Wonder Woman swooping down. That was in Superman versus Wonder Woman Treasury Edition.
Yeah.
Now in this version, could be because in Brazil you could not depict the Nazi symbol like it was in the American version. They had that blacked out on all their costumes.
Yeah.
And I wish I could show you this aircraft carrier and this air battle going on. It looks like Midway. If you had that retro edition,
Yeah.
Superman swooping in to take down those Japanese Zeros that are attacking the aircraft carrier. I have the cover to Secrets of Haunted House number 27, and that is DC Comics, right? You know who drew it? Don Heck. You don't think of Don Heck,
No.
or Jim Starlin for that matter, or Gene Colan, but I have DC stuff done by all of them. Here's a Ross Andrew Action Comics number 502, and that has Supergirl on the cover as well. I can make a whole. I have Scalp Hunter from Weird Western.
Oh,
It's a bondage cover. It has black slaves and chains on the cover.
You know, back in the day, you could get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. How about Superman as a vampire? A Jim Aparo cover. It was one of those 80-page giants. That was a dollar.
That was a funny one, especially when they tried to explain how he was turned into a vampire.
Is that the one with Phantom Stranger on the cover?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the conclusion to that, where how he was changed into a vampire?
Well, they said he contracted it from a bite while he was under the influence of kryptonite.
Okay. Yeah.
That was
Red Sun, right? If he was under
right.
Red Light,
right. They couldn't use the Red Sun because vampires don't come out there.
Right. Yeah.
So
maybe it was red kryptonite. Did they mention if it was green kryptonite or
no? It was green. It was green kryptonite because had it been red kryptonite, they wouldn't have been able to penetrate his skin.
What are you working on here?
I'm just doodling right now.
Geek, did you know Andy A? He passed away. Did you know Andy a little bit or see him around?
I've heard of him, but I didn't know he passed away.
Yeah, he passed away a few days back.
Man.
I think it was COVID. He
my
lung type stuff. Yeah, people still, that have pre-existing are still, contracting.
Yeah, I know they were more susceptible because of the pre-existing conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This late in the game, though, you don't think of anybody passing away of COVID,
Right.
You'd think we'd get past all that pandemic stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one would think, but
yeah,
I'm afraid that ain't the case.
Now, that 80-pager that had Black Canary, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, and the Creeper in it. As well as Batman, of course, and Phantom Stranger.
Yeah.
Cover. A very early Thor. If I remember Thor's 5th appearance in Journey into Mystery, I have the Portuguese cover to that. Jack Kirby, where he's going up against, it's a bondage cover where he's in shackles and he's going up against communist. The first appearance of the Hyena, another Al Milgrom, Firestorm the Nuclear Man, issue 4 cover. There was only 6 issues of that first run that came out, and then it was canceled in 78. I think I have either 2 or 3 more issues of it that were handed out to staff.
Yeah.
And years ago, I bought a couple collections of all that stuff. It's got extra Commandy stories and stuff that they had completed, but they never published because they canceled.
Yeah.
It's very rare to find original, but I got on eBay and bought a stack copies of it, And they're thick. They're very big. There's a lot of pages. From Beyond the Unknown, I forget what issue that is. Oh, number 23, where the gorilla is in the library, a speaking gorilla, and he says, and it's a Nick Hardy cover, pulls a revolver on the scared woman. She's got Robinson Crusoe and Moby Dick in her hand, and she said, "Hand over those other 2 books. When I read these 3 novels, I'll be able to conquer the world," he said. And Treasure Island was already in his hand.
Yeah, I think when they adapted Treasure Island into a comic book, now that was exciting.
I have a near mint copy of that. You're talking about the Marvel Classics?
Yes,
Yes, I have.
that was the most exciting thing they could have done.
Yeah. I think Gil Kane did the cover of that. He did a lot of those covers. I have Jonah Hex cover. It almost looked like a pinup page. And Scout Hunter's on that one too. And I forget this other Western character, but that was the 1977 special, and that is done by Garcia Lopez. And actually, it differs a little bit from the American version, which is pretty cool. I think mostly where the logo is and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, romance. You want romance? I got Young Love number 102 by Vince Coletta. So,
now, those of you who are into romance, you'd love that one.
Weird War Tales number 90, Joe Kubert. Now that has a Nazi vampire on the cover inside an American sub.
Yeah.
Another I think Mike Kaluta cover. The Phantom Stranger that's a 20 center, number 26. The Phantom Stranger meets Frankenstein. Of course, he means the Frankenstein monster. And that's a cool cover. And then I have multiple plates, and I still have them to the, I think another Mike Kaluta cover, The Shadow. DC's Shadow, 1976.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, they did The Shadow from 74 until
The Night of the Damned. And
they did a Shadow run for a long time.
I can't remember who. I do have the comic in my collection. I can't remember who. Maybe Dick Argento. I'm not sure who did the cover.
I forgot who did the art in that.
Falling in Love, comics. Number 141.
Oh man.
Oh, and then we have a DC Comics 100-page super spectacular for only 50 cents, number 439, Neil Adams cover. Night of the Stalker. And that also had the Atom, Hawkman, Manhunter, the version that Walt Simonson did. So the head is Walt Simonson artwork. Dr. Fate and Kid Eternity stories, because these big reprints would reprint Silver Age as well as Golden Age stories.
Yeah.
And in one of them, Dr. Midnight had a previously unpublished 1942 story. And that, to my knowledge, that's the only place it's been reprinted, is in that 100-page spectacular in the 70s.
Oh, yeah. DC did that a lot.
I did have some photo ones, too. I've got Adam West and Burt Ward in costume in front of the Bat helicopter. And that was published in something. Weird War Tales, and this was a hard one to find, hard one to find. Some of those Weird War Tales are hard to find, Mighty Geek. Number 89, it's got Nazi gorillas on the Primate Platoon. Look it up. Weird War Tales number 89. I'm not sure if I looked that up on eBay right now, if I would find it or not. And Starlin signed it on the brim of one of the Nazi helmets. It says right under the swastika, Starlin. They've got machine guns and clubs. It's pretty wild. Nestor Ronaldo, Swamp Thing number 19. I think I also have Swamp Thing number 20 cover. Oh, and I had some Swamp Thing #1 and issue 8 pages as well. Some of them I've sold, some of them I still have. Well, actually, I think the ones I have traded to Shadowhawk because he really likes Bernie Wrights and stuff, So
Yeah.
I traded him for some of those X-Men books, those John Byrne, Terry Austin. It's in Portuguese. He'll pull his hair out trying to
translate it to AI. Yeah, I get it.
And Alex Saveku, I guess, and Dick Arellano, Challengers of the Unknown with the Swamp Thing and Dead Man on the cover, number 87.
Ooh.
35 center.
We got someone who knows this stuff.
Who, me?
No.
Oh, no?
No. Wow. But some of the covers you're mentioning, if you can get most, there are collectors still trying to find most of those.
Yeah, some. I mean, Swamp Thing, the last 2 issues of the first Swamp Thing run, they redid the logo. Don't like the logo, but I have number 23 cover to that. I think that's next last issue. Get past these other Swamp Thing. Yeah, there's Swamp Thing number 20, where Swamp Thing is battling the Swamp Thing. That's pretty cool. And that's Nestor Ronaldo. And Golden Age artwork too, in some of those 100-page giants or big 80-page giants that they did in the 70s. I've got Golden Age, and I think I have the whole story except the splash page. I did sell the splash page of a Dr. Fate story that was reproduced in one of those in 1974, because at the end, at the bottom, they would put like a little banner, and this says DC takes a giant step forward in 1974.
Yeah.
So that tells me in 74 it says so. So I have a near complete. Well, if we do a book on this artwork that I had scanned, I have a complete Dr. Fate story. Supergirl number 10 cover. And you might not remember Prez, the teen president, but she's
yeah.
up on the cover, and Supergirl, don't drop me. And she says, I have my orders, Perez. So that's a rare Perez teen president cover. And I guess it's in New York because there's the a building that looks very much like the Empire State Building in the background. I think I still have this one. This one is Secrets of Haunted House number 15, unless I traded it to Shadowhawk. I think I might have traded it. It's a Luis Dominguez zombie cover. Where the police are going to shoot the zombie coming out of the grave. Wonder Woman going up against the Triangular Man, which was always lame. Vince Coletta inks, I know. Number 243 cover. Four-sided square was the, and then the Carmen Infantino and Murphy Anderson Joker, where he's got a target behind him and he's laughing and he's leaning on his cane. That was in the Treasury edition. Limited collector's edition, Batman number C-25 to be precise. Young Love number 101 cover, and that's a partial photo cover because it has a photo of a guy down there.
Yeah.
Mark says, I'll stay if you vote yes.
Now you know that they've been trying to connect Poison Ivy to Swamp Thing for a while now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it like his love child or what?
Oh, before she became Poison Ivy, they were trying to say that he was She was Alex's assistant. They ran with that one in the movie
In the
Batman.
story, there was no assistant. His assistant was his wife that they murdered,
Mm-hmm.
and he stopped to save the dog.
Yeah.
And she might have died anyway, but he stopped to
Yeah.
save the dog for drowning, and it cost him his wife's life. Is the way they kind of set it up.
Yeah.
My ass.
Then another time they tried to set her up as Dr. Jason Woodrow's assistant.
Okay.
That's the story they went with.
Was that in the Alan Moore days?
Yeah. That's the story they went with Batman and Robin.
Oh, and George Perez Dick Giordano cover of Green Lantern number 134, which also had Adam Strange in it. That's cool. George Perez. It also had Tales of the Green Lantern Corps within that. I don't think I have that issue. I'll have to look. I would like to have that again. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
George Perez cover. The new Teen Titans in the first run, number 53, or just the Teen Titans, rather.
Yeah.
And that is the Teen Titans going up against the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Aquaman's being hit by Aqualad. Robin's hitting Batman in the face. Kid Flash hitting Flash in the face. And Wonder Girl's hitting Wonder Woman in the face. They're all getting hit in the face. I think that is a Rich Buckler cover, if I remember right. So it's got some, and I actually have a second plate to that too. A third plate. So this and a fourth plate. Alex Toth. I got an Alex Toth piece. Great piece from limited edition. And remember, Super Friends had Wendy and Marv and
Wendy, Marvin, and Wonder Dog. Yeah.
And Wonder Dog. They're on this.
Yeah.
And so is this is out of the Justice. Super Friends limited collector's edition. It had this particular page is really nice from Alex Toth, though. It has Elongated Man, Black Canary, Green Arrow, Flash, Aquaman, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, Red Tornado, Robin, like I say, Wonder Dog, Marv, and Wendy, and the Atom and Hawkman. All of them. How can you beat that?
You really can't. But then again, Hanna-Barbera did create characters for the Super. Had created a few extra characters for the Super Friends. One of which was Black Vulcan. Another was the Samurai.
If we do a book on like the Aztec collection that I've had, I've sold these over the years. But I still have some of them. It will blow some people's mind. I'm just listing.
I'm sure.
Started the other day. How many have I talked about tonight, Geek? Already?
You've talked about at least 20.
Oh. Geek, you are underselling it by at least 20 or 40. Shit. Edgar Rice Burroughs' Tarzan, number 240, by Joe Kubert. First time adaptation of Edgar Rice Burroughs' last novel that he wrote, The Castaway. Yeah. And Tarzan with gorillas and hyenas and tiger in the background with a dead tiger he's leaping over to get to this other tiger, very ferocious tiger. Pretty cool cover.
Yeah.
Oh, and then from the Giant Treasury edition of Superman versus Muhammad Ali, with Superman on his back in a stretcher and the crowd around him, he's all beat up. Neil Adams. The stuff that I have owned and sold and through the years. But I was smart enough to document it, my friend.
I bet you were.
Tarzan presents Edgar Rice Burroughs' Weird Worlds #2. I think I showed that one a few months back, actually. And that's a great lizard dragon centipede looking snake thing. I don't know. It has 2 hands, so multiple. Well, it has legs, so I don't know. I thought I did identify it. I can't remember exactly who did the cover. That one kind of fooled me. And then I actually have, which goes great with my Adler collection, Tarzan presents Edgar Rice Burroughs' Weird Worlds #3. So that will probably go in the Adler book, because that was the only piece that was in the collection, which I own all 5 pieces to, that shows you the whole printing process. I even had the file copy. D6 file copy, and I have Tarzan presents Edgar Rice Burroughs' Weird Worlds #4, and that has a pterodactyl. And that one might have fooled me too, or this might actually be. It might have fooled me. It really looking like Jim Aparo. But now Murphy, it does have Murphy Anderson because it had John Carter from Mars in those two. And I have Tarzan presents Edgar Rice Burroughs' Weird Worlds #5, a Mike Kaluta cover, where he's going up against this 4-armed skeleton with a. I guess maybe it's an alien skeleton from Mars.
It could be anything. That's the fun part about it. That's the fun part most people miss.
Now, I saw this one recently. I know, why would I do it? Frank Miller, Batman. Early Batman from 1980, I think. Splash page. It's got a nativity scene because the story takes place
around Christmas. I know.
Yeah. And it's got Joseph and Mary and the wise men and the baby in a bundle and Batman swooping in. It's tight. It's the tightest looking pencils I've ever seen for Frank Miller. Steve Mitchell did the inks. Denny O'Neil did the story. Glennis Wynn and Lean Wynn did, were kind of like editors and whatnot. Checker top cover. This is from a ball. It's a classic reprint or redo of the Carmen Infantino cover where they're sitting in front of the TV and watching the Batmans of Adventures. Batman, 60s.
Yeah.
And I've got a burst through cover where they're bursting through, and behind the logo is they're fighting these aliens behind this logo. It's a checker top cover. Man, I've got stuff that will blow people's mind. You don't realize, man. Another this was a Frank Springer cover, Batman checker top cover. It's got a Batmobile, and they're kind of going through the streets waving to the crowd like a parade.
Which Batmobile though? If it has
70s, got the bat face on the.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
souped up looking.
That was before they adopted the Batmobile from the TV series into the comics.
and an early appearance of Batgirl where she's struggling, got one arm of Robin and Batman's got the other arm in, and then they're doing tug of war. Early Guilty cover. Have that. That's checker top cover in this version. Checker top cover. This one with Batman in prison and the Riddler and Robin smack talking him through the bars. And who did this one? Ernie Chan cover of Batman getting sliced up by this Oh, who was the chick that went up against Wolverine with the adamantium nails? His
Oh,
former love.
Lady
Was it
Deathstrike.
or Deathstrike? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of
Lady
like
Deathstrike.
a
Yeah.
Deathstrike type character scratching him.
Mm. Yeah.
And this one's a photo. It's a checker top cover. It's Batman and Robin in Brazil.
Ah.
And this actor is hanging on to Robin off this balcony. He's hanging in midair. Hopefully he was secured and you just can't see it. And also, they're posed with a bunch of kids waving in this other panel. It's a photo cover. So pretty cool. Jim Aparo braving the bow with Batman and Wonder Woman, and the Wonder Woman logo is not on here, so you get to see more of the background that was covered up on the American version.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what issue this is. Batman Jim Aparo cover, where he's going up against some hooded sword and knife wielding, big surprise, Batman surprise, and a Walt Simonson Batman cover. You don't think of Walt Simonson as being over at DC, but he did some Batman, and he also did.
He did a couple super. He also did a couple Superman covers.
There you go. And Dick Giordano, I think I still have this one, Detective Comics number 486.
Oh, I love the cover of that one.
That's 5 new all thrillers. That was like a 10. Yeah, it has a smoking skeleton.
Yeah.
In a straitjacket on the cover. And
I know I know the one you're talking about because I love it because it's funny, and any other time they would never do anything like that on a Batman cover.
Right. And here's a Batman cover from 1954. I wish I could show you this stuff. And I traded this one to Shadowhawk. Mike Grell with Ra's al Ghul holding in his big hand Batman. And it's kind of like a gray tone cover. It's awesome. Got another 100-pager of Batman, only 60 cents. One of my first comics was like that. A scarecrow on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
They're in an amusement park apparently, and he's on a roller coaster coming down on Batman. Scarecrow. And I believe that Irv Novak, where Batman is saving this black kid from a fire. You got the fire engines down below in the crowd and stuff.
Yeah.
He's getting the kid to safety. Batman and Robin number 100 from a ball, which is a nice retro cover. And I've shown this one, a print of it. It was Superman Almanac in 1965. It has Superman, John F. Kennedy smiling, and the Capitol on the cover.
Oh, I know the one. That was Kennedy's. I think that was either Kennedy's inauguration or after his funeral. I forgot which one.
After, because he was killed in 63. And this almanac didn't come out in 65.
Yes.
And last issue, number 99, done by Gene Colan, Iron Man cover of Tales of Suspense.
Yeah.
And then it became Captain America number 100. You might say, Rex, do you have a Brian Bolland cover? I do indeed, a good one. Multiple plates on this one, I think. Green Lantern number 127 with Hal Jordan and a lot of my favorite, a bunch of Green Lanterns, Green Lantern Corps, Battle Cry, IO, multi-plate on that one. And then Iron Man, another Gene Colan going up against the Melter, which was a Tales of Suspense cover. And I think we're back to where we started, which was a Kurt Swan Superboy cover with maybe, I don't know, it's Superboy, so I don't know if it's really Cleopatra on the cover or what, but he's got a couple leopards, her pet leopards, attacking him, hanging by his wrist.
It might be Cleopatra on the cover,
So,
depending on how they set it up.
ooh, you know what? I'm gonna now. Some of them I have multiple plates of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is that? Oh shit! I thought it might number them. How many I had in there? Oh, golly, I've got about 275 images here. That's enough for a book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Apex. I wish I could
Pretty
share
good
it too. I
sized
don't know
book.
how to share it from that file. I just don't know how to bring it up. All I can do is describe it as best as I can. But yeah, I'll probably get a book out of that.
Sometimes the sites are a little.
Are you using Copics?
No, this is a Blick Studio marker.
Okay, all right.
A cheaper alternative.
Right. Gotcha. What do you do, Mighty Geek? Do you have a day job? If you don't mind doxing, what do you do?
Well, I'm a graphic designer by trade, so
Right.
I spend most of my time drawing stuff for other people.
Okay. Well, that's okay. That's great. That's what we all aspire to, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, I get a lot of work from local businesses.
That's
when they want logos redesigned or mascots created, stuff like that.
Oh, been logged out. You know, to protect your security, we have logged out due to inactivity. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. It was hard enough to get in the site the first time.
Don't you just love it?
No, I do not. I want my paycheck and I want it now. I am owed $443.99. That's actual what I'm actually owed more than that. I'm actually owed more than that, but after taxes and
Yeah,
insurance, whatever they take out, medical, whatever. You know.
Yeah, after taxes, they owe you that amount.
I'm coming up on this Thursday another paycheck, which will probably be at least as big as that, if not larger. So we're talking about, you know, $1,000 or so.
Yeah.
Just about. You know, it'll be sweet when I get it.
Mostly would. Yeah.
I'll be able to pay John Dillard for that dope looking Devil Flyer #1, maybe, and a few other.
Well, we shall see.
I'm not going to be out money like I was last year all the time. I'm going to keep money on hand all the time this year. I'm going to try and save it up. Let it accrue. So really, I've not been that concerned, but I need to get concerned because we're coming up on another pay period, and I do want to get paid.
Yeah. We all do, but
Michael Luda is a master illustrator. Yeah. Super Friends had that giant Indian too. An upchuck. Upchuck. Throw Up. I think it was
Apache Chief.
Apache Chief. And then you had the Asian
Yeah.
sort of tornado character.
Yeah, Samurai.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think both of those I believe both of those characters were created by Hanna-Barbera.
I did indeed shave my mustache off and my beard, the stubble, because she didn't do a good job with it. I had to tell her to even out the mustache the other day. Got my sideburns wrong. I had to take my own ear hair. That little thing that she was trying to cut with was hurt, and it wasn't cutting the hair. Anyway, there could be.
Well, my friend, that's what you get for asking a woman to cut a man's hair.
Teen Titans get smoked by Justice League, yeah, but not on that cover. They were actually getting in first leads on the Justice League. They probably ambushed them. They didn't see it coming. Although you'd think Flash would be quick enough to get out of the way of Kid Flash punch.
Yeah.
And that Superman would be.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, with the exception of Cyborg, all of these kids were trained by members of the Justice League. So,
yeah. I've been sitting on gold. It's time that I've actually publish some of this stuff so that I can share my collection. Some pieces I'll have still on hand, and some pieces I won't. But I know on the John Buscema book, I'm going to be offering some original pages up for sale on the campaign done by him.
All right.
And he's been dead for over a decade, bro. The artist that drew How to Draw the Marvel Way with Stan Lee?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did man so long.
I know he passed. Yeah. I know he passed away.
Sal Buscema, his brother's still alive. As far as I know, Sal Buscema's still alive. Still drawing comics. And I've got some unpublished work of him, too. Unpublished Martin O'Dale, Golden Age artist of his creation in color of Green Lantern. Put all this stuff in books. And we'll probably have to work in the color guide too to Avengers #4. Share that with the world. It's one of a kind item. What if something happened to it? It's gone.
I know.
Production artwork and original artwork was not saved en masse till about 1982, 83, 84. Starting about 82, people started seeing value in it. And really, what we call original artwork, is just one stage of producing the book.
It is.
To others, it's the most important stage.
The camera.
But welcome to the show, White Nipple. You killed your icon.
I'm saving my battery.
Okay.
No, I'm saving my battery. I'm about to plug it up.
Yeah, I would have had it plugged up the whole time.
I got too many things plugged up near my desk. That's the
Yeah, me too.
That's the thing.
It's a disaster. That's probably what I'm going to do.
Tell me about it.
What's cool. Cooler.
Mm-hmm.
The coolest it's going to get.
Yeah.
It's been damn hot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do laundry. I cook a pizza in the oven. If you're gonna heat up like the dryer and stuff like that, do it at night, right? In the oven.
Right.
I probably pop a pizza in for later. Maybe do two pizzas. Do one day, kind of nibble on, and then one for later to take to work with me. Eat
Yeah.
it cold, bag it up, eat it cold, and get that out of the way. I think I still have two frozen pizza. I may only have one. I may have already eaten this. I think I bought three, and I've already eaten two, so I might just have to settle on the one. Oh well.
Hey.
I got some shredded lettuce I could throw in that thing. And some cheese and other stuff. Make it into a good. I can beef it up. I usually do when I get a homemade pizza, or I mean not homemade, but a frozen pizza. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a late night inking stream. It's just I've been working every night. I actually worked Saturday, but the top of my fog fell off. I just really gotten started, and where the chemical comes out, the diffuser that makes it a mist, fell off. That's never happened before.
Yeah. Oh man.
I think they probably left a tightening bolt off of it. It's like a handle like screw, like an Allen wrench, an L shape.
Yeah.
And I think they must have left one off.
Yeah.
Or it vibrated loose. It wasn't tight enough, and it's probably still in the back of the truck, but it may be underneath the unit or something. Good luck getting it all out. I don't know. I didn't see it anywhere. Well, I think it just was missing that. And I did have a towel with me. And I did try and put it up there. It fell off again. Tried putting it up. I was looking. It was just then getting dark. I still had a little bit of light, sunlight. And I just called and said, yeah, there's nothing I can do. This happened. He said, well, at least you got the sports center sprayed. Come back home. So I did. Got home. Mosquitoes were atrocious. So I went back to work, got a truck, came here, sprayed the hell out of it, kept the truck here till like 5:30 in the morning, sprayed again, and then took it back and got my truck. No mosquitoes today. No mosquitoes. And they were thick out there when we got home. I said, if I've got a way to get rid of these things, I'm doing it. I am spraying the hell out of my backyard. But I couldn't do it on the way in like I was going to do because the rig was tore up.
Yeah.
So I had to make a trip over there. I said, I'm not putting up with this. This will get all in the house. I'll have dozens of mosquitoes in the house, and they'll be biting on us while we're trying to sleep. Hell with that. The heat's hard enough. So.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been an interesting week. I guess you learned that my biological sister contacted me for the first time this week.
Oh.
Because I'm adopted.
How's she doing?
Good.
Yeah.
I thought I saw you in the chat. I thought you had heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I got to talk to her.
You found out who you real friend.
I got to talk to her.
So when are you going to see her?
Oh, I don't know. Right now, I'm busy spraying. I could. Now, she did say that she had like a mobile trailer or whatever. Nice camper. So
Okay.
she could probably come see me.
Yeah.
I'll eventually see her. I'd like to get it recorded.
Yeah, make arrangements to do that soon.
Yeah, because you don't know what the future holds, right? Something could happen.
Exactly.
Oh, and she shared a picture of my daughter who I hadn't seen since she was 8 years old. Because that's how she found me through
Wow.
Amber's DNA. And I shared that today, yesterday in 4 o'clock shadow. My daughter's picture with her new baby and husband. Well, that's a trip
So,
to get to see my daughter after all these years in a photo.
yeah.
And
And you
hopefully
learned
this
you
kind of
and
gets
you
us back
learned you
together.
have a sister. So
As
yeah.
long as what?
And you learned you have a sister. So
Oh
it
yeah,
couldn't
and I
get any
had
better.
another sister, but sadly she's passed away.
Mhm.
She was
Like I said, make arrangements to see her soon. As I
Yeah.
said, make arrangements to see her soon.
Yeah. Well, I'm just getting to know her, so, and I don't think that she'd have a problem with that at all.
No.
But
Who knows?
yeah,
She might be interested in what you did.
we just had a burst of conversation yesterday. So, baby steps,
Yeah.
baby steps.
Yeah. Who knows? She might be interested in your artwork. So
Yeah, she said she used to draw in her son Joseph's artistic.
Well, there's an idea for your next project.
What's that?
Create a character with autism, just for him.
Our
As you
niece.
know, there aren't many.
Yeah.
Because as you know, there aren't too many disabled superheroes around.
Yeah. Well, you didn't hear about autism, and people say, it's not diagnosed. Well, that could be. I wouldn't know where to begin to write a story about autism because I haven't really experienced it that much. So here's a picture of my daughter and her family. She just had a birthday on the 13th.
Wow.
This is the first picture I've seen of her since she was 8 years old. She's like just turned 36, I think. Lives down in Hot Springs. Lives down in Hot Springs. Looks a lot like her mother. A lot like her mother. It's good to see a picture of her after all these years, though.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of my sister. She's older sister, 61 years old, retired nurse on disability, disabled nurse. I wish Rich could share.
Oh,
huh?
I was waiting for the picture to come up.
Oh, did I pull it down too quick?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is again. That's my sister, my older sister.
Dang. Ah, okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Nice girl.
Yeah, she's very pleasant to talk to. We get along really good. Here is my niece, and she looks a lot like me, I think, in her features. What do you think, Mighty Geek? Does that look like my face somewhat?
Wait a minute, it hasn't come up yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah. I can see
She
the
does look
resemblance.
like you a little bit.
Yeah.
I can too.
I mean, look. Huh?
I know. I can see
You know,
it.
a high cheek and the nose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a pretty girl.
You marked that girl and didn't even know it.
I don't know what I don't know what it is, but she almost looks like she has some Indian in her, you know? I wonder if there's
There's
some
a possibility of that.
but my
There
sister
might be
said we
some
were
Native American.
my sister said that we
Mm.
had family in the Civil War, the Revolutionary War, and his son went back with our family history all the way to the time of Joseph in the Bible.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Believe it or not, but I mean, I tend to believe it. You know, I don't know how you do that, but he's done it on both sides of the family. We have English, Irish,
Wow.
and Viking blood, hence the red hair. Although I was never really red.
Yeah.
My mother and aunt, maybe, I can't remember, grandma, maybe, their hair turned white. Of course, mine didn't start to turn white till, well, I first saw my first white hair when I was 18, but my hair really didn't start turning just snow white till I was in my 40s.
Yeah. Well, given the type of work you were probably doing at the time, yeah, I can see that.
And my adoption papers were destroyed in a fire.
Out.
And the family Bible and some tin types and a steamer's trunk of our. Here's a picture of my sister when she was younger. She told me a story that she was hit upon by Bill Clinton when she was 16.
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh my.
Now that would have been something.
And she met him again when they graduated, and people were getting his
Mhm.
signature on their graduation mortar hats, you know.
Yeah.
And she said,
Yeah.
I don't want his signature. He's a pervert. There's my dead
Harvard became
sister.
president.
There's my sister who's passed away, sadly, at graduation. She said when they had her cremated because she was kind of reclusive there toward the end, and they had to amputate both their legs, and so she was disabled, and she weighed 500 pounds, I think.
Wow.
500 or 600 pounds, I can't remember. She was big there toward the end, and died in Little Rock where I was born. There's some of my relatives there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to read the captions here. She sent me a bunch of pictures. I'm not sure who this is. And let's see.
Well, that's what you're gonna have to talk about.
Yeah, we'll have a lot to talk about, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been kind of stunned. You know, I mean, she showed me the first pictures of my birth mother, of our mother. You know, it's not something you've been thinking about all your life. There's a picture of my mother, my birth mother. I can see my face in her, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Again, the nose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I look like my mother. Got the white hair.
You do.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
She's probably
Huh? She probably what?
uh,
There
she's
she is with
probably smiling at you now.
yeah. There she is right
Uh,
before she probably around the time she had me or right before with my sister rather. Um
yeah.
and look at that, man. I mean, that's probably late 1800s, right? Well, with those knickers that kid's wearing, it's probably early 20th century.
Yeah. That's-
Yeah.
I would have to say that was pre-World War One.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like doughboy socks and stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, that's probably early
That's
20th
what I'm.
century. Probably back in the
That's what I'm saying.
teens.
Pre-World War One. Mm.
Yeah, probably back in the teens of the
Yeah.
single digit.
Yeah.
So wow, it's she had a picture of
You've
my
got a
cousin.
lot to learn, my friend. You've got
Yeah,
a
I
lot to
do.
learn
And
about your family, my friend.
what's odd about it, Mighty Geek, is most of my adopted family was killed off last year. 2 of them, I swear, because of the jab of COVID, and then 1 just because of
Oh
health issues.
man.
Yeah.
Mm.
And next
Wow.
employer died. I think that her
That's
cancer was
gotta
due.
hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
That's gotta hurt.
I lost 2 uncles and an aunt, last year. Plus, an ex-employer helped her with her husband for
Yeah.
6 years before he passed away. And I know hers was related too. I feel like it was. Developed cancer very quickly, and because she got multiple shots, and I'm like, you're stupid to do that. But let people make up their own mind. Let them put tracking devices and stuff in you. I don't care. I'm not tinfoil hat by
You
any means.
understand, a lot of people are afraid.
Yeah, but they're
Well, you
not
have to
doing
remember
anything.
the
And
way
they're
they made
doing
it
this on
sound.
purpose. They're not doing anything to instill confidence in the government. They say you do it, and you're putting other people at risk. They're coming after you. You do what we say when we tell you. I say fuck that. I say hell no. Let's. You want a civil war? Okay. I mean, I think most people that's the attitude. When you absolutely bear down and you say do it, that's when my back hair gets up and I go razorback on your ass. It's like, okay, you're fucking pissing me off. That's when you're getting under my skin, and I may die trying. I'm going to try and take you with me. You done pissed me off now. So, and yeah, I mean, pervert, hair sniffing, gripist, mind crap, criminal.
Yeah.
Lord God. Oh well, there's a special place just for him when he passes away, I'm sure. Maybe next to Judas somewhere. Or Hitler. I don't know. Take your pick, Lenin, Stalin, all those bastards.
Yeah.
All I can say is I would like the same thing that happened to Omar Gaddafi to happen to him. Just saying. Or Jeffrey Dahmer. That wasn't pleasant either.
No.
I think there was a mob handle involved. I'm just saying.
I know.
It happened to a nicer sleazebag.
Yeah.
Half these bastards, repeatedly. Just
The thing is, Jeffrey Dahmer was a nicer guy than Joe Biden. So,
whoa, wow, okay, wow, yeah, he said it. Way to get the channel
after,
struck.
I'm sorry,
I was trying to
but
be cagey, but
I know,
mighty
I
deep
know what
talk.
you.
Dang, nearly 3 a.m. in the morning, and he's dropping them. Wow, a little surly.
Well,
Well,
it's
you're not
the truth had
wrong.
to be told. The
You're
truth
not
had to be
wrong. I'm
told.
just
I
saying.
know.
He says, I know I'm right. Yeah, I know you're right too. Don't have to say it. Not live anyway. Have you been around when I've shown some of the Adler collection?
Yeah.
Yeah. These are kind of unique to the collection. The stock images that they used to put on everything.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like from 7-Eleven cups to
Yeah.
toys to they reused and used these images over and over again.
Those I've seen those images on Pez dispensers.
Yeah.
It was a limited edition Hot Wheels set that you can
Yeah.
buy those logos on.
Still using a lot of that stock image from the 70s that was done.
I know.
They're still using it. Now, Garcia Lopez does a lot of that artwork for him, even today, and he's in his 70s, not approaching 80, Eventually, we all approach 80. Some of us are sad cut short like Andy and didn't even make it to 50, bro.
True.
You got to take care of yourself. And he was a chain smoker for sure, and had lung issues, So you have to make good life choices. I'm not saying that I've made the best. Fanta coming in saying, hey, again. Hey, Fanta.
Hey.
We
Hey,
missed.
Fanta, come on in. Come on in and join the conversation.
She does have the link from earlier. I was summarily dismissed and ignored. Kind of like you did me at first, geek. What took you so long getting here? That's it. Laugh it off, fuzzball. Oh, Star Wars. Han Solo told that to Chewbacca, right?
I don't know. That's why it's so funny.
Laugh it off, fuzzball.
Now you know you couldn't say that in a movie today.
Oh yes, I could. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm talking about saying it without being canceled for it.
That's that cancellation. I say we take back the culture. I say why do we care about what these demonic SJW transitory people say? Really, people are going to look back at the early part of the 21st century and going, what the fuck were they?
Yeah, I know.
Joe Biden, dumbass. Nancy Pelosi, dumbass. I mean, AOC, dumbass. Harris, dumbass. I mean,
yeah.
And they were in charge, and they'll probably say the rest of you, dumbass, for letting them be in charge.
Yeah.
Why would that be Wookiee-ish? Laugh out loud. Because he's hairy. Laugh it up, fuzzball. That was a good line. But my favorite Harrison bit was in Indiana Jones, where the guy's going, "What?" With the swords.
Yeah.
It was improv. It wasn't in the script, from what I understand. He was coming down with the flu or something. He's like, "Yeah,
Right.
just my gun and shoot him. And the guy reacted. He played dead. It was
Yeah.
a great death scene. And they left it in the movie because it was the best Indiana bit of the movie.
It
I
was.
thought, where he just, screw this, boom, and blows him
Boom.
away, because this guy's gonna slice and dice him, right? Nah,
Right.
in the fight.
Because up to that point, there was no funny parts to that movie.
Yeah. That was in the first one, wasn't it? Not in Temple of Doom.
No.
Temple of
In the
Doom's
first one,
it's kind of wacky. The whole
Yeah.
thing's surreal to me.
it's supposed to be.
It seems like hyper-realism, if you could say
Yeah.
that.
Then again, going on an adventure as part of an archaeological expedition is,
Yeah, looking for
anything is
the
possible.
Ark of the Covenant.
Exactly.
Why not start small, dude? I mean, no, he goes right for the juggler first time out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Temple of Doom dealt with those stones, right?
Yeah.
It was also a sort of apocalyptic scenario, wasn't it? The stuff he dealt with.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. End of the world type stuff.
Yeah. It's
What have you been up
almost
to
as though,
lately? Mighty-
well,
No.
my niece's kids were over here for about a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, those girls are a little too much. One's 3, the other one's 7. Well, will be 7 rather. And I couldn't get away from either one of them. No matter how hard I tried. uh, you'll get used to that. When the Grands come see you.
Oh my god. I had a grandchild I know in the 90s, so they're probably old enough to have children of their own. I might be a great granddad and not know it.
Yeah.
Hell, I was a father early on. I was an uncle early on. I was a granddad early on, and I was probably be a great granddad. I don't look at it that way though. I'm
But
just me.
But when you see them, it's like, yeah, those are mine.
Yeah. I've only got so much love in me, so.
Yeah, look at it this way: as the granddad, you get to do stuff parents can't. You get to spoil them and give them back. And then the parents get mad at you for it.
The handbook, if that's what's holding up my paycheck because I haven't verified the handbook, that's gonna piss me off. That I didn't do.
Oh, do you still have a copy of it?
You're supposed to download it, I think. Why must employees verify employment authorization and identity of new employees? Homeland Security Act. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that's one of those things that must be done, can't be avoided. under any
That's
circumstance.
why I'm afraid that I've left something out, and that's why I'm not getting my check. Even though they said they sent the money, so it has to be like the numbers are wrong or something. Somebody entered in the wrong number, you know,
Well,
because my money's floating around in somebody's account, you know,
yeah,
and I would prefer it to be mine. Just saying.
we all would.
Yeah.
We all would like that, but you know how that goes.
Sometimes you make no sense whatsoever. Do you realize that?
yeah,
I mean, in your brain, I'm sure you know what you're saying, but I need a freaking interpreter with you sometime. Luna Vox.
Sometimes I'm just trying to get a laugh out of you, which is very hard to do.
Yeah. Well, I'm told I have no sense of humor, which is wild because I was a class clown. As of today, Lumina Vox Volume 1 and 2 are at the printers. It took us an extra week to fix the printing file, but now that is done and we're finally getting everything ready for fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
We are receiving all the packed materials to start shipping immediately. Once we get the books into our hands, we were given 3 weeks ETA for getting everything done. 3 weeks.
All right.
So I'll probably be waiting about another month to get my book or more. In other news, I will be opening a second chance campaign for Luna Vox at both Kickstarter and Fund My Comic.
Okay.
And I'm trying to open my new campaigns from Mexico, managing them directly so I can directly reply to messages and all. Indiegogo still doesn't allow some international countries to open an account. So I'll be looking into that to receive the money directly and on time and keep producing comics. Second chance will be up on July. In July, I think he says, while people are getting their books in the mail. Let's see, I just have to check which day is better for launch to avoid launching the same day as big campaigns. Yeah, I mean, you really do have to take that into consideration, but at the same time, shouldn't you say mine is just as good as anything out there?
Well, you could, but you have to understand that the traffic of the bigger campaign. As I was about to say, you have to understand that the bigger campaigns, they usually get a lot of traffic, and people just pass over the smaller ones, which is why, in all intents and purposes, you have to do something a little more spectacular than they're doing. As long as you do it before the Christmas rush, you'll be all right. Bless you.
U.S. citizenship and immigration services. Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Now we got bought out about, maybe this is fourth year to work for Rent-A-Kill. Rent-A-Kill actually owns Terminex. They're big, you know.
Okay.
But so is Vector. They go out of the country. They go to Puerto Rico. They go all over. They're, disease control. They're part of the EPA, right?
Right.
That's what I do. One time our little thing got busted into. You had to call the EPA and the FBI, even though nothing was taken.
Yeah. Mainly because of whatever chemicals or whatnot you're using. Yeah,
Exactly. It could be used for domestic terrorism or something.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Yep.
I really do need to pay more attention to the MailChimp thing. Because I need to start getting signatures now, How about 6 to
Yeah.
8 months before I want to launch Devil Flyer #1, and before you know it, it'll be here.
Yeah.
I know I'll get busy with work, and I'm already busy with work. So, you submitted your background report, view report. Yes. This site can't be reached. Oh, lovely. Son of a biscuit eater. Oh, I think it's coming up. It's just slow.
Well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Welcome, Rex. Rent a Kill North America would like to start the screening process with Profile Advantage. Let's see. And this is old stuff. Your profile, view profile, report background screening report, completed Rent It North view. Kept me on the same screen. Here's your profile. My information. A residence. Driver's license. Disclosures. Let's see. Credit Reporting Acts. Let's see. Fair Credit Reporting Act. Summary of rights.
Well, here's an idea. A top 10 list of things you don't want to see while browsing the internet.
My information. Let's click that. Oh, great. It gives me my first, middle, and last name. I already knew that. Damn it. I was named on my birth certificate for like nearly 3 months because my adopted mother and father drove down there and got me at about 3 months old.
Okay.
But I was initially, my sister said that my name was Charles Edwards Harris originally.
Mm.
I'm a Charles. I'm a Chuck. Hey, Chuck. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? 3 quarts.
Yeah.
3 quarts of
Well,
wood.
Charlie Brown.
I can do that in my sleep. I got to sleep and wake up with a quart of wood all chopped. It's true. As long as I keep the axe sharp.
Yeah.
I cut it, and Abby, while she's dreaming, piles it in a pot. It's true. Gospel.
I'm sure it is.
What is it? 3 fingers? Is that Scout's
4.
honor? 4 for Scout's honor?
No. Scout's
that's
honor is
the
2
Nazi
fingers.
salute. What the hell, geek?
2 fingers for Scout's honors.
That's the hell. Oh, okay. So 2 fingers like that, right?
2 fingers. Yes.
Scout's honor. Yeah.
Yes.
Put an eye out with that. That's dangerous. Don't do that. Bang. Double barrel.
Yeah. Well, you have to remember the Boy Scouts used to teach boys leadership, survival skills. and a whole host.
Yeah. Oh, great. Additional information, gender, male. Thanks for letting me know. Damn.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
got
so the boys.
files with hardly anything in them. Just a moment. This is opening Peter. Oh, this. I don't even want to know. Okay. And how do you get this shit off of here? Damn. All right. Show folder. Nothing hell. Oh, yeah. It's way over there. Arkansas Statement of Rights. I know my rights. How do you close that? That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Continue. No. Continue. No, go back. What? I don't care. Oh, no. Profile advantage, my ass. Okay, that's old. That was not helpful. Yeah, this is going back there when I first hired on, getting the information. Payroll department. Pay information. That's what I need. Payroll and benefits information. They make it so hard, geek. I'm not one to read the instructions to things, 3 fingers. Oh, hockey says 3 fingers. Scout's honor. Does no one sleep in that country? No. Hockey, did you see a picture of my daughter? I got to see a picture of my daughter for the first time. Tomorrow, well, later today, I'll be showing some childhood pictures of her when she was like 4 or younger. Well, I might go up to 8 because that's the last time I've seen her. All your kids went to Scouts? Cool. Eagle Scout. Scouts honor. We got brownies here too. Not just the dessert, but and Girl Scouts. Transgender Scouts, Yeah. It's a little confusing nowadays. Kids don't know what to do. Whack it off, keep it, things like that. That went dark real quick, didn't it? Let's see. They time you out after a while on this thing. That sucks. What we got here? Username. I don't know my username. Oh, my username. There was a thing that told me what my username was, which was I need to write it down, I guess. REM. Let's see. Let's try that. Is that right? Or is it Ren? Is it Renicule? Maybe that is REN. Yeah, probably REN. Okay. So REN and then my birthday. Is that right? Oh, password. Oh, you want the password too? Damn it. Okay. Do that. Maybe. I had to set that up earlier. See if this will get me in. What happened to Mighty Geek? He just went silent. He's in stealth mode. I think that's right. Sign in. Push your fingers. Username password combination is incorrect. If you've forgotten your password, please get care. Oh my God. Oh God. I'm going to call him tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. Which is only in a few hours. I'm not going to deal with this tonight. Oh, Mighty Geek kicked out. Well, bye. Maybe I was too abusive. He probably lost power. Oh, here's a private chat thing. What's he say? I'm going to say goodnight. Oh, okay. Just not audibly. What's up with that? Oh, okay. Maybe I was too abrasive. I don't know. It was good to have you on, Geek. Yeah, I'm not going to get rich at this job, but been at it. I enjoy it. This is my 11th year, so I'll keep at it. Yeah, I guess I'm probably just going to call him tomorrow. Probably down Little Rock, and then she'll give me a live person, hopefully. Hopefully the same sweet lady that I talked to before. And later today, we have Grant Lancard on. Hockey, we need to reschedule. And none of this BS about figure it out. I can't figure out the time difference. If you need me to do early, I didn't do early. Later, no. I can't do that right now. On the weekends, I can. Maybe we need to schedule something for the weekend. You're a busy guy. I get it. I doubt Jason Bascom would give you this opportunity. Just saying. I need to find that story so that you can finish putting in the border and the lettering on Dirty Joe, and then it'll be done. I'll feel better about Devil Flyer #1. I hope to work with you in the future this year. I don't know what the future holds, really. Do any of us? I was trying to process finding my sister of late, seeing my daughter for the first time, an updated thing. Now she has a child and a husband. Wonder how the other two are doing. It's nice to talk to my sister, though, for a couple hours. You have Google? Yeah. Look, I'm not too confident. I'm glad that you feel like that I'm competent like that, Hockey, but yeah, we can plan and work towards our goal. Yeah. Hockey. You are indeed a unique individual. And I just don't think you realize how much I really love you. That went south real quick, didn't it? I didn't mean it to be awkward, but that's me. Yeah, we got plans, we got goals. Yeah. Speaking of hockey, he's got a project that you can sign up for. Can't wait till it launches, but I guess I will wait because I have to. And also, I got to get paid. I hate when a good project comes out and I can't back it. It's called Curiosity. Let me get it out. Curiosities and Oddities Emporium, the dress. You can sign up on Indiegogo for it. This is hockey's first campaign. XOXO. Yeah. I should be launching at the end of the month. Okay. Well, that's good because I will be getting paid now, and there is a payment schedule I can review every 2 weeks. Get paid this week, Thursday. So this month's almost over with. So, whoa, that's coming up quick, Hockey. Launching at the end of the month. Shit. Oh, wait a minute. It's only the 3rd. We're in a new month. Okay. Shows you how much I pay attention, Hockey. Jenny is thrown into adventure, mystery, and murder after buying a beautiful old dress. Jenny doesn't want to go to the party. Jenny found her dream dress in an old curiosity shop, and when she put it on, she was transported to a 1920s jazz hall. She soon discovers a murder plot and sets out to save the victim. 24-page black and white comic, a standalone tale. I wonder how that's going along. I guess we'll find out when we have you on the show. How far along you are with it. A standalone tale within a series. So this is not just the first issue. There'll be a whole series here, hopefully, if we support this 24-pager when it comes out. If we don't, then there might not be any more. A standalone tale within a series about oddities purchased from the Curiosity Emporium, inspired by stories from Twilight Zone and Tales from the Crypt. Print and digital options, along with other exclusives available only through the campaign. Get a bookmark. An exclusive bookmark. Or I guess it's exclusive with your physical purchase for signing up. So you want to get on that. Let's watch the trailer. Some Charleston music, please. Oh, okay. Hockey says it won't be too expensive. I will have 2 covers. Wow. That's great that you're going to have 2 covers, that you're going to have 2 options there. You need a variety of stuff. You need, for a campaign, just to get that total up. It's hard just to offer a book. This is it. No perks, no add-ons, and then reach a high level, I mean, a campaign is a daunting thing to put together. One that just really can smash it out in the park and be tens of $1,000 campaign, thousands dollars, campaign. I love the different stories I planned, as it will probably continue if this one failed. Yeah, because they're like one-offs, right? That's the genius of it, man. You have a device, and that was one of the things with me. I needed a device, and mine was like, how do I get characters from point A to point B? The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And I figured that out, and then it just all kind of come together. I mean, slowly but surely. I have a great story. I'd like to do, either using your device, or I'll just adapt it or something. And it's tied in with classical. If I mentioned it to you, you would know the author, you would know the story. You go, oh, wow. And it's such a no-brainer. And it suggests other things to me too. Yeah, there's another story I just was thinking of too. Because you're dealing with objects in history, right? I have ideals for novella and such too. Yeah. I'd ask you to come on, but it's early here. I probably do need to go to bed. Coming up on the 2-hour and 45-minute mark. If I overstreamed anybody, I apologize, but it happens, right? I got to feed the pig. Oh, that wasn't much of a. I told you I needed to clean this. Drop my cup. Nothing in it, of course. Well, maybe a drop or 2. Oh, yeah. Oh, son of a bitch. A cart. Not the trying to die. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Go do laundry, clean up a little bit. Probably not going to happen, but you got to try, right? I want to have other writers and creators involved in this also in the future. That's great. I hope so, because I would love an outlet to do not just momentum, but to actually do a writing job in somebody else's book, you know. And I actually have 2 stories that could be done. One especially, you know, but I was just thinking of another thing. And if I really thought on it, I could think of some good stuff, because I mean, you're dealing with, I mean, the sky's the limit. You have a great premise for a book. Look at that. Brand new soda droplets on my, making it sticky, of course. Newly how does that happen? Gravity, I guess. I know boards and bags. Well, you have to have, you know, if you're going to stream, you have to have a drink, but having it around your collectibles, anything liquid that could spill, yeah, it's happened multiple times. Oh, this is crap, because this just makes stuff sticky if you don't get it all off. And there's this stuff gets on. How does it get on multiple ones? It's just amazing. Oh, what a mess. And there was only a few drops in the, and of course it had to get on that. And who knows, maybe it's on these too. Yep. And I had, this is old. That's dried. Oh, great. It won't hurt the plastic. I can wipe it off, but that happened with the X-Men comics that got shaded for Shadowfall. They're all kind of sticking together. Oh, now that I have new boards and bags, I could actually switch them out. Ooh, they probably need switching out anyway. I could do that. I had to move these Adlers. The Adlers are in the way. Part of the Adler collection. Let's see. Gosh. Signed Jack Adler. Oh, that's going to be a cool book. That's going to be a cool book. Yeah, I'll take all these down and get them scanned today. It'll take her a while, probably a week or more, to get to scanning the stuff. And I need to figure out how to take the stuff that I do have scanned, some of those scans, and send them to, once I take these out of the boards and bags, I could, this one has Pads ads, Days of Future Past. It actually has Pads ads. There was Pez ads only for a couple months, not very long, of like DC Pez dispensers, I think. So yeah, I could take these out. Just need to wipe them down. Really, these may be. I think I might have reboarded and bagged these when I got them. These might be. And they're not stuck that bad. I mean, they're not, but just taking the time and a damp cloth and just making sure everything's non-sticky and everything's off of there. Some of them are sticky. That was from a soda spill earlier in the year. I just have not fixed the problem. God, that's irritating. I have to go clean up after dinner. I have to procrastinate too long. Enjoy your sleep. Absolutely. Nice disaster. Let's see. I want to have, nice disaster. Yeah, disaster. Yeah, it is when you spill stuff. carpet gets a little wet and sticky, and I don't care about that, but too much. But yeah, when it gets on stuff, oh god. And got to be careful. I got to get it organized. That's just all there is to it. It'd be nice to get some stuff out of the house for a little while. So, yeah, I see you, Hockey. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'll take some of these Jack Adlers, signed Jack Adler. I'll take these down there and get them scanned today. Hell yeah. It'll be hot as hell. Well, maybe not that hot. But I'm just going to have to tell her to be careful with these, because they're one of a kind. You screw it up, you're not careful with them. It's the only one in existence. So be careful when you scan these. And, a bunch of them are signed. Neil Adams, Barney Wrightson, Jack Adler, and they're all dead, And she'll have to keep them with the certificate of authenticity that comes with them. That explains what it is a little bit. And I haven't read this in a while. I'll go ahead and read this, and we'll come up on the 3-hour mark. Hand-colored original art for Anthro number 2. That's painted piece. Signed by Jack Adler. That was the first Jack Adler that I bought that was signed. Now, I had that Binky cover that was initialed by him on the back, but that's not the same as signed. Hand-colored, what hand-colored original artwork is. These are unique, one-of-a-kind original painting that were used to show the printer what exact color shades would be needed to print the final comic cover. The Adler collection featured hundreds of these. Most hand-colored were by Mr. Adler, with others colored by the original artist. Most of these were done in watercolor and contained some printer color codes that were used to set the finished colors. The Jack Adler collection. The hand-colored original art mentioned above comes from the Jack Adler collection. Jack Adler worked for DC Comics from 1951 to 1981, although I think he was prior to that and actually worked on some of the printing process for Action Comics number 1, Superman's first appearance in comics. An award-winning colorist, Mr. Adler eventually became vice president of production of DC Comics. During his tenure, Mr. Adler amassed a rare collection of comic approval covers, 4 color separations, and original hand-colored pieces featuring many Silver Age covers from 1967 to 74. We have at least one cover going all the way up to 83, though. Despite Mr. Adler's effort in saving this unusual find, many pieces of hand-colored original art were lost. Since so few survived destruction, hand-colored original art pieces from this era are truly limited works of art. The hand-colored original art listed above is guaranteed to be the authentic piece from the Jack Adler collection, as long as it is accompanied with a certificate. For many more information or other art, please contact, and has the contact number of the old contact number of his of Randy, who was the owner of Comic Collectors Paradise, and he does have a bunch of them. Robert Lyncher, owner of Key Comics in Arizona. They're both in Arizona, Prescott and Mesa, Arizona. And usually when I would buy one, he would sign and date it. So somewhere around January 21st, 2005, I bought this one. So that's kind of nice to know, if we did. Sometimes we would print that stuff off when, eventually my printer broke down. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing today. I'll take some of these and have her scan them. This one here has like where a staple was. It's one of my favorite because I can't remember who the artist of of Anthro number 2 was. It was one of those short-lived series like Beware the Creeper and Hawk and Dove. Maybe ran it for about 6 issues or so and was canceled in the late 60s. Howie Post. Yeah, it's even Howie Post is the artist. Yeah, so yeah, I just like the cartoony style. And actually, this is kind of fuzzy compared to the actual book. And here's one of my copies of the actual book. But I like the artwork. I like Howie Post. I don't know that he did anything else besides Anthro, but he may have. I'm not really that familiar with Howie Post. But if you like DC covers, running from the mid '60s to all the way up to 1983, most of them in the silver and bronze age. If you like that stuff, and of course, sadly not, and a wide variety. I mean, I have Gray Morrow, I have Joe Severin, I have Carmen Infantino, I have several Neil Adams, Howie Post, Jerry Granetti, some people that you never even heard of probably. I tried for a wide variety. War titles, westerns, horror, superhero, I ran the whole gambit, and I tried to get the very best that he had. Keyed in on a few expensive ones at first, like Ditko. Tried to get the diptychs and the triptychs, where they had 2 pieces or 3 pieces. Because that was even rarer, to get that. So that's going to be a good book. If we can put that together in a book, I'd like to name it The Man You Never Heard of in Comics, Jack Adler. Because a lot of people just don't know who he is. And he was a mover and shaker for decades. He hired Neil Adams. He hired Mike Kaluta. He hired Bernie Wrightson. He hired a bunch of these giants in the field when he was vice president of production. And he saved out of 800 and something thousand pieces that were mostly destroyed. He saved less than 10%. And Robert went to his house with a friend, and his friend bought like all of Adler's books after his death, and he bought like all the artwork, all the Adlers and different pieces too. He was scouring the house. He said, "Is there any place that we haven't looked?" They looked up in the attic another time, and they actually found a Dick Garagano ad from the 70s production piece. So he went over that estate with a fine-tooth comb. There was a few pieces that were matted and framed and up on the wall that the family was going to keep, but by and large, he bought out the Adler estate after he sadly passed away. But he lived a good long life to about his mid-90s. And yeah, I'm excited to do some research on it and find out more about him and do a definitive book. Maybe the first, we probably won't go through the estate, but we might go through the estate. We might do that. We might do it under fair use. I don't know. But that'll be an exciting book. And that'll be coming after the John Buscema stuff. But it should all be fun. It's all going to be an adventure. And of course, we'll get Devil Flyer #1 out. And we'll get Momentum Future Vision out. Probably before that. March 1st is what I'm shooting for Devil Flyer #1. Got some work to be done before that happens, but we'll get there. Thanks for watching the channel. I know this is early morning stream. If you're watching it on replay, you rock. 3 fingers. That's kind of like how much you want your glass. About 3 fingers deep, worth. I don't know. Maybe I'll get another cup of coffee and gather up these Adlers and take them in there to be printed. And I will call my place of work and say, what the hell? Where's my money going? Do you have the right routing number and account number? Hopefully I'll get something done. I'll leave another message. They'll know I still haven't received any money. I get that in the rolling. Hopefully my next paycheck won't be screwed up and I'll get my former paychecks, whatever, and we'll be off and running. And then I'll go to the printers and try and go early because I'm just dumping this stuff off here. Scan this. Talk to her just for a second. I'll let her get there like after 8 o'clock, but I don't want to wait too long. Do it early in the morning because it gets hot. Heat index well over 100 tomorrow probably. I've only got one air unit in the house working, but it's been enough, you know. But if you find me heat stroked out, you know, I don't know. I'm glad I work at night, though. That's the advantage of working at night. That's why, you know, when I'm not tired, like, you know, the weekend here, I like to stream at night because it's cooler, it's quieter. I'm a night owl. I like working at night because the bugs are out, but I mean, I'm out there killing bugs. But even if I wasn't out killing bugs, like when I worked at the factory, it's still cooler. You don't want to work during the day, during a hot factory, although they had AC, but not always. In the early days, oh my gosh, they had kerosene. It was a fire disaster. They had kerosene heaters up on the line with all the paper and forms at the printing company. Shoot, that's a disaster waiting to happen. Well, anyway, all we have is now. Make the most of it. Keep collecting, and we'll talk to you later.